real life.
We good to go?
Exactly.
All right, Ali. Welcome to another Ting Sports.
Ali frozen.
Nah, Ali gone, man. Welcome to another Ting Sports. It's just me and Brad tonight. Man United versus Liverpool.
Right.
Best rivalry in football. But you know, we're still friends somehow. Brad, how are you? How was the weekend for you?
I'm good. 3 points bag, the completes. A little injury here, but we can really deal with that.
Yeah, man. That was sad to see, man. Wish him a speedy recovery. You know, just sad that such a young player, man. I think he was playing quite well in the games that I've seen him play. You know, it was really impressive. So
I'll be back. Yeah,
man. Young bones. Hopefully, it doesn't hinder too much of his progress. You know, but yeah. All right. So we were off last week. We had an international break. You know, there was still a lot of football played. Ronaldo breaking the record. Most international goals by any male player. You know, England winning, England doing their thing. I wasn't really compelled by the international break, man. I feel like it takes away from the domestic seasons. Yeah, you still have to do the World Cup qualifiers and stuff, but I just feel like it's a little disruptive and yeah. So I don't know. I had somebody mention like what you think of like just continuing the season, playing some midweek games to get the season done early and then playing the internationals at the end of the season. Especially with the current climate in terms of coronavirus and restrictions and travel and so. What do you think about that?
So and then let those qualifiers happen at the end. That might be a good idea.
Yeah, man. It sounds like you're having some technical difficulties. Your song coming in a little delayed.
Oh.
And your video is not looking good.
Wow.
Nah, don't think, man. Don't think. All right, I see you now.
No. Why?
Yeah, I see you now.
Okay.
But yeah, let's get into the Premier League, dog. Let's see. We didn't do our predictions last week, so we'll just do a recap of the games that we've seen, the highlights that we've seen, and the thoughts on the games. And again, for the viewers, for those of you on Facebook, on YouTube, this is the meeting ID. You can see it right here behind me. If you want, you call in. We want to hear your views. We want to hear your thoughts on your teams, on who you ever support, whatever you encountered in the sports weekend. Let us know. Call in. It's all welcome. It's not just us two. It's an interactive show. All right. Like, subscribe, comment. Leave your thoughts in the chat on YouTube. We'll answer. It's interactive. So, let's get down to the first fixture for the weekend was Crystal Palace versus Tottenham. That game surprised me. It surprised me how well Crystal Palace played in terms of how they move the ball. Like I had seen them play previously a couple games ago, and they didn't have like that kind of cohesion in the midfield in terms of being able to pass the ball through the lines. But they really impressed me against Tottenham.
Yeah.
I think
even before the red card.
Right. And I think even I think the injury to Dyer might have helped that, because then they had two young centre backs. But
I suppose it's an inconsistent team.
That is also true.
Plus they're trying to work Harry Kane back into the team. So it didn't look good.
Right. And they were missing Son as well. Son didn't play that game.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And I think he might even be, I wouldn't say more important than Harry Kane, but I feel like when he not there, Harry Kane suffers, and we're not.
Yeah, and you mean there for sure.
Yeah. So
yeah.
To our Big Six compatriot Arsenal, finally getting points on the board against Norwich.
Big win against a rival.
A relegation rival. Aubameyang on the score sheet finally for the season. I actually didn't see this game, because I think this game played at 10 as well on Saturday.
I watched that game. Arsenal should have scored more. Aubameyang definitely should have scored more.
Okay.
I don't know if it's down to Norwich defense being that bad or Arsenal playing well, but they had a lot of chances, especially in the second half.
Right.
Aubameyang, all guilty of missing easy chances. Smith
for as well.
When you're not playing well, the goal is the objective is to get a good result and push on from there. So job done on that front.
Job done, yeah. Yeah, man. Well, all right.
Yeah.
Not much to say about that. Brighton beat Brentford 1-0. Brighton keep churning out those results, man. Well, and they got a late goal as well.
Every season you have a surprise package. It might be Brighton this year. Last year they played well and they added a striker in the summer. So
right.
You might be seeing some results.
And the striker still hasn't scored yet for the season.
Yeah.
For the off. So, but at least they churning out the results. I mean, I like how Brighton play football. Brighton plays really progressive football in terms of.
Yeah, man. Potter is a good coach.
Yeah. You can see his philosophy.
Yeah.
What else? Leicester, Man City. Man City sneak out a 1-0 win against Leicester.
Yeah. Man City, in that particular game, they look like they really miss a striker. Grealish created a lot of chances that, an Aguero would have buried at least one or two of them.
So you're saying they shouldn't have what? Let go Aguero? They should have renewed his contract, give him another year.
No, they shouldn't have let go. I mean, he was on a lot of money and he was already on decline, but they should have replaced him at the very least. If not for Kane, but with Danny Ings that was available for a good decent price. Danny Ings could have scored a couple goals in that game for sure. The chances City created. We'll see how it affects them going forward for this season. But in this game, you could see they were lacking centre forward.
Yeah, man. But then the next game on the docket was a big one, a big 4-1 victory for Manchester United.
It was a big game versus relegation contenders.
No. I wouldn't say it's not against the opposition. It is a big game because Cristiano Ronaldo has returned. He's come home.
Yes.
And I feel like it has lifted the team, the morale, and the fans, and the stadium. The stadium was bouncing. I was quite happy.
Yeah. Well, that's valid. Yeah, I think so as well.
We haven't
everybody a lift.
We haven't had a show since Ronaldo joined.
No, I don't think so.
No. All right. So
and he did give everybody a lift. The fans, the stadium, the players.
Yeah, man. I think
in a game where I feel like Manchester United would have won anyway.
Agreed. We should have one.
Should have one anyway.
But I think Newcastle exposed us again on the counter attack.
Yeah.
We look very susceptible on the counter attack because it's almost like, who was it we played last? Who was the last game we played? Wolves. They were doing the same thing. Sit back in a low block and then feed it to their pace man, and then we had 6s and 7s. Right? Because
if you're gonna play the way you want to play, you have to be good at keeping possession. Or if the type of players you have, the Pogbas and the Brunos that like to try
risky passes
and high risk, high reward, you're gonna be susceptible to counter attacks, especially against teams like Newcastle that have those pacey players like Saint Maximin and Adama Traore,
Right.
But supposedly Varane and his pace was supposed to negate some of that, but maybe he's getting his feet wet. The coach still trying to sort out the formation.
That's true. On the Newcastle goal, I think Varane did well. It just up against Saint Maximin. Saint Maximin will make any defender look silly one-on-one.
Yeah, one-on-one, you're not gonna. You can try, but
he'll get you. He'll twist you.
Yeah.
I
mean, unlike Adam, I feel like Saint Maximin also have a little more dribbling ability to his game, not much just running and knocking the ball.
Yeah, and I feel like he also has more end product. Right? So
he would do well at a big club in the Merseyside of England, but
we'll see about that. Yeah, man. But Ronaldo only scored shit with 2. Bruno with a screamer. Jesse Lingard, the forgotten man.
Yeah. Those are goals, but I feel like those 2 goals from Ronaldo, the keeper could have done better on those.
Yeah. But, I think the first goal.
The goals met the whole spectacle of Ronaldo coming back. The goals satisfy the whole program. Ronaldo had to score. Right.
I agree. No, if the thing is now, if he didn't score, you would hear people talking about, he's an old Ronaldo and this and the pace of the game.
I am people.
But so what I will say about his second goal in particular is he don't look like he'll lose that ton of pace. Because that was a sprint. That was like a 10-20 yard sprint. And he blew past the defender.
It's one thing, you run in for the pass, but then what does he look like if he's running with the ball in the channel,
Well, that is also true. That's something we didn't really see. But then he didn't get that space in the channel.
Right.
And
this was a home game.
Yeah. That is also true. So and something I noticed between him and Bruno, they kind of occupy in similar positions. They tend to occupy similar positions.
Bruno scored a world-class goal, but generally in the game, I feel like he wasn't sure, but sometimes there was just a little bit of a disconnect between him and Ronaldo. And a lot of time he was the player furthest forward.
Ronaldo,
which is usual for him, but yeah.
So
I don't think in away games we will see a Pogba and anybody midfield too, especially away games at like Liga rivals like Anfield.
So what you thinking? We'll go back to McFred?
Bridge.
McFred and Pogba on the left?
I don't know who, but it will not be Pogba. I don't know who it be.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, man. But welcome back, Cristiano Ronaldo. Glory, Man United.
Welcome back, Ronaldo.
Yeah, man. It's good for the league, though.
Yes.
Good for the league. I mean, we had a couple of the fixtures on the Saturday. Southampton played a stalemate with West Ham 0-0.
Yeah, that
Mikel
was
Antonio
surprising.
got a red card.
Yeah, everybody
2
fantasy Premier League hero.
Yeah, he's mine. Served me well for the first few weeks.
Yeah, that was surprising given Southampton, struggles in defense.
Yep.
And West Ham have been doing well up front.
Yeah.
That's the Premier League, eh?
Exactly. Anybody can beat anybody on a day.
Yeah.
Wolves finally get their victory.
Yeah.
They beat Watford 2-0.
Yeah. They huff and puff for a while before they get their goal.
Yeah. They've been playing well, man. So I think it's deserved.
Yeah.
Who scored for them?
I think it was an own goal for the first goal.
Yeah.
Wang
Hee-chan scored the second.
Yeah.
Happy for him, man. I mean, he made a big move last year to Red Bull.
Yeah.
Leipzig, and that didn't really work out. Yeah, so
yeah.
It's good to see him getting some game time. Get a better look at him. And then Chelsea Villa was the last one for the day.
That was a good one.
I think, that was a good game. I think they scoreline flattered Chelsea though.
Very. And I feel like for the season so far, I think Villa is the team that had the most success in attacking Chelsea. And create better chances than Liverpool for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Mendy had a world-class game.
Oh yeah.
Many saves. Villa were lucky not to score, man. Should have had 1 or 2 for sure. Watkins, Ings.
Yeah, Watkins fluffed his lines on a couple of occasions, man. But I will say, Thiago Silva probably had 4 or 5 big blocks in that game.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're not really seeing, he's not moving at pace. He just reads the game very, very well.
Yeah. But then before them, they play in that back three, so it's like...
Yeah, he has cover on both sides.
It's allowing him to come in and sweep up.
Yeah, man.
Up front, they're looking good. They look good.
Big man Lukaku.
And the Mason Mount didn't even start. Yeah.
He didn't? Who started for him?
No, it was
Havertz and Ziyech. Right.
Yeah.
I think Mount was rested for the Champions League, man.
Yeah. And they still look good. They didn't look disjointed.
Right.
Timo wanna get a run out.
How many minutes? Not many.
He had another hauler in the international break. He missed an open goal from like 5 yards.
Oh Lord.
That's just Timo Werner things,
A man can't catch a break.
He gets chances, man, over the course of the season.
What do you think about Lukaku?
Lukaku
scores his first goal at the Bridge.
You can see how much he evolved since he left England, man, in terms of how the type of goals he scored, kind of runs he making now. And then with Chelsea, the chances being created.
Right.
He'll bag a hatful this season, 2025 in the league for sure.
In the league?
Yeah. He'll score a lot of goals in the league. Because based on the way Chelsea play and the chances they're creating for him every game.
Yeah.
They create chances for one or two, but
that is true. Yeah. That is true.
Finishing is
exactly
different there.
It's a different class.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So he had a brace.
Got
one. That
two very nice goals.
Yeah, that pass from Kovacic though.
Yeah.
Basically split pass by a defender head, split the
another
defense.
underrated midfield player.
Yeah. I think he's adapted well to the English game. Because I remember in his first season, he wasn't too convincing.
Yeah.
But then
Saul made his debut.
That is true.
That was a disaster. He was young for halftime.
Yeah. And rightly so. That man gave away the ball multiple occasions in dangerous situations.
This is where you look at when you hear managers say someone has to get used to the league and accustomed to the league. Yeah. That is the example you look at.
Yeah.
Some other players, depending on the position you play, you might slot right in, but midfield, to tell you out of his depth.
Right, especially playing a 2. with Kovacic, because Kovacic doesn't necessarily sit in the middle, and he wasn't necessarily sitting in the middle.
Right.
So all the pressure was on him to pick up the ball and play. So that's he's a good player, so I think he'll come good. But you know, at least they have some depth in that position now.
They didn't have a choice, man. They might have to get him out.
Yeah.
Half time. Yeah.
That was the end of the Saturday games. We had one game yesterday, Leeds versus Liverpool.
Yes, the best game of the weekend.
Debatable.
Yes, and away from home performance, not at home.
That is true.
With the return Ronaldo and all the hoopla, it's a tough away game against a tough team.
In a tough stadium to play. Ellen Road. Man, the environment was rocking yesterday.
Yeah.
You see, we have some comments there, but anyways, we'll get to the comments in a little bit. So what are your thoughts what are your thoughts on the performance overall?
Whole game?
Yeah, man. I think I lose Brad there, Brad, you might have to start over. Look Brad falling in a barrel there. Let's give him a second to get his bearings.
Hello?
Yeah, welcome back.
You hear me now?
Yeah, you know, man.
Yeah, I was saying, aside from the first 15 minutes where the game was a bit choppy, after that we kind of settled in the game and we start turning the screw on Leeds. We get a good goal. I feel like, up until the point there was a tackle on Harvey Elliott, young 18-year-old, and unfortunately had a dislocated ankle. Up until that point, I feel like we were really, really good in midfield.
Yeah.
Then we brought Henderson in, and then everything fell apart. Henderson coming with a different football idea, and he was just trying to attempt things that wasn't necessary. Thiago and Fabinho and Elliott, they were keeping it short. Nice passes. Henderson coming there.
I was very impressed with Thiago.
Yeah.
Sometimes he guilty
of that's our best midfielder.
Yeah, sometimes he guilty of slowing down the game a little too much. But I feel like he kept
sometimes the game need to be slowed down.
That is true. But I feel like he kept it ticking over and he controlled the tempo of that game.
Yeah. Thiago is the only one that will take that ball and look for a nice penetrating pass into the striker. Which is one of the most important things when you're playing teams away from home. You need to drive through the middle, hold the ball up, bring your team out,
Which is what Matip did for the goal.
Oh, Joel Matip is an auxiliary striker.
I made quite a few runs from defense,
Playmaker extraordinary.
Yeah, man. But I feel like the goal Salah scored would have been made better if Matip had played the 1-2 with him.
Yeah, but then maybe he wouldn't have scored either, so who knows?
Well, who knows, right? But to me, like I saw it happen. And I'm just like
Matip and Virgil have been very solid there, and then there were questions over how Virgil would be when he came back and stuff. And I'm looking at him now for 4 games, and he's looking, it was good. Yeah. You can tell he's still a bit hesitant in it, but as far as clearing area balls and sensing danger and stuff like that, top notch.
Yep. But even
we're right there in the title race. We are there in the title race.
I don't talk about title race.
Everybody have their prodigal sons returning and all that stuff. The counter sort, we're there.
Nah, man. I think because of how you guys last season went, people forget how good your first 11 is.
Correct.
And
I feel people, and because of banter and rivalry, people just tend to discount the fact that we really had no fit senior centre backs all season. We either played midfielders there or kids,
right?
Inexperienced kids
or inexperienced players. Yeah.
No, people people say, well, that's defense and that shouldn't affect your players, but it does. If you watch Liverpool play a lot, our attack start from the centre backs a lot of times, especially Virgil, where we may not even score, but we're under pressure and you ping a diagonal ball to Salah and the attack will be created from there. So, it's very, very important. Our centre backs.
Right. Yeah, man. But let's talk about Jota and Man, for a little while.
Boy. I don't know. I know when you have strikers and they're hungry and they want to score, it's a good thing. But it gets to a point where if they're too desperate, then to the team, and we see that Mane this last game there. I mean, Mane was doing all kinds of nonsense. I know he wanted a goal, and
that man has 5 chances to score, 5 clear chances that I saw to score.
The team objective has to come before the individual objective. And I know you want to score. But if you just play the game, let the game come to you, you'll get goals. But when you're trying to force 3 or 4 times, you kick the ball straight into defenders when you could have squared the ball for a player to get an easy shot. And those are the kind of things that was happening to us last year.
With Salah.
We were scoring goals with Salah and Mane. And we don't have those issues with Firmino. Firmino, you have an open goal and pass the ball. Jota might not. Jota is when he likes to get his goals too. So.
Yeah, he like to shoot.
Man, we probably to sort that out because we need to be cool. Like you see how Barcelona played back in the Pep days where anybody could score. They would pass the ball 4 or 5 times in the box until somebody get the open chance.
The open chance, yeah. Yeah, man.
Be too greedy. But we'll sort it out, man.
All right. Fair enough. And then we had a very entertaining game this afternoon. Everton versus Burnley.
Very.
That one surprised. That game surprised me. That game surprised me.
Was a bit dead.
Actually, well, dead in the sense that the football wasn't great.
Yeah, there was punching, but there was no blows landed, man.
Right. And I feel like Burnley game plan, Everton tried to play Burnley at their game and they failed.
Yeah.
They went with a back 3 to start, or back 5 to start, 2 in the midfield, 2 up top. And Burnley was just all over them in terms of physicality and
Rafa said he tried that because he know how Burnley plays and how they lob balls into the box and stuff. So he wanted some cover, but sometimes the best way to go is just play a game. Very comfortable. But apparently, one of the players said that they're working on that particular formation in training, so that during games they can switch back and forth.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Townsend said that. Yeah. But that man scored.
Personally, I'm not a fan of any back 5 or back 3 formation. Looks for Chelsea though.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have players that are very suited to it.
Yeah.
Reece James and
Marcos Alonso.
Yeah. Even Chilwell.
And then they have capable playmaking defensive midfielders.
Yeah.
In Jorginho, Kante. Talking about Chelsea too much. I fed up. But then Burnley get their goal, and then Everton score 3 goals in 7 minutes.
Yep, blitz.
3 goals in 7 minutes.
Blitz. 3 very good goals too.
Yes, sir.
Townsend was the catalyst.
Yeah, he really took the game to them. And I feel like when Rafa changed back his system, that's when the game changed, because he made the change right before Andrew Townsend scored. Yeah. So he went to almost a 4-3-3, and try and take control back in the midfield, which worked out perfectly, because when Townsend scored, when he assisted the first goal, and then he scored the second goal. And then Andre Gomez came into the midfield, and then Burnley couldn't touch the ball again.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. To me, I see Burnley going on this year,
I don't know. I feel like they tend to grind out results against teams around their level.
That is true.
We'll see. There are some other teams that struggling as well. Newcastle looking pretty shaky, and some other teams like Southampton.
Well, so right now, Newcastle in limbo because they don't want the coach. The players don't want the coach, but they can't fire the coach because it's going to cost them too much money. So
yeah, I mean,
they're in a tough position right now.
I know Mike Ashley is a frugal guy, but you want to be in the Premier League, I feel like you have to stop the rot rather sooner than later. If you get to October and you see things not improving, you have to take action now.
Right, but then Mike Ashley don't put any money into the club because Mike Ashley trying to sell the club.
True.
And then his valuation.
The club will be easier to sell if it maintains Premier League status as well.
Exactly. But then his valuation of the club is way beyond what anybody else at this point willing to pay. You know, so it's like I don't see it getting better. I see it getting worse.
Yeah. So but they have a good team, so you know
they do.
You never know. They could pick up themselves. They have great players, good players up front. Wilson, St. Maximin, so
and Almiron is actually impressing me.
Yeah. Newcastle should be comfortably mid-table, you know, if some of the players that they have there.
Yeah.
Good goalkeeper, but
what is
we'll see.
Dubravka? Where is Dubravka? Because I see they playing a young partner there, Woodman. I'm not sure what the status is. I'll look into that. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's the Premier League weekend. I must say, good weekend of football. You know, thoroughly enjoyable games. Salah, 100 goals. Ronaldo come back.
Yeah, man. The fastest player to reach 100 goals in the Premier League.
Yeah. You know,
a wide forward, not a striker.
Correct. Now, a question for you. You think anybody will beat Alan Shearer's record?
No, not in the modern game.
That is a madness, man.
Not in the modern game, man. Alan Shearer scored 100 goals in 124 games. It's almost a goal a game.
Almost a goal a game.
We're not seeing that anymore.
All right.
Yeah.
So we have the Champions League coming up this week.
Yes, sir.
I mean,
Tuesday and Wednesday football.
Yeah, out of the I see that alone for now. Out of the fixtures, who you looking at? Which games you looking at? I mean, the one mark you're seeing is the Barca Bayern.
Yeah, and Liverpool AC Milan is a big one as well coming up this week.
Yeah. I mean, Man City Leipzig is one I'm looking at. Inter Madrid should be a good one.
Yeah.
I think
that should be a good one.
Yeah.
Madrid look good going forward. The defense look a little suspect so far this season.
Let me tell you, I watched some of that Celta Vigo game. These guys don't know how to defend, bro.
Yeah.
It's almost like every time Celta Vigo come forward, they get in a chance on goal. And these guys make so many mistakes that it was almost shameful to look at. Like center defenders sliding in, tackling on the center line.
Yeah.
And then the players just turning them and running back at it. It was just tough to look at.
But you know, Ancelotti is a manager with some good Champions League pedigree, so you never know what might happen with them this season.
Right. And Benzema is in good form.
Vinicius as well.
Vinicius
had this season very, very well.
Yeah, I looked at that guy, man, and you know when a player gliding with the ball and can go anywhere he wants with it, looks very, very sharp.
Well, last season Vinicius was good, but I just find Madrid need to work the ball to him in areas where he can find a field where he can operate and do his thing, like getting the ball too deep and then he trying things and losing it. You know?
Right. And I think, well, from what I've seen from that one game, they did that a lot better because he was almost played up top with Benzema.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's something else.
You know, Liverpool and AC Milan have faced each other in the Champions League twice recently. 2005, 2007. But this will be the first Milan visits Anfield. First time in history.
The 2005.
It was both. We faced them
Both
in the final,
right? Both in the final, yeah.
You know, the 12th man is back at Anfield this season. European nights always rocking, so it's gonna be a big affair. Zlatan, big names.
Yeah. Shearer is back. Shearer back in England.
Is back as well, which is odd because I mean, you have Zlatan as your main striker. You'd think you want something different as your backup. Not so much like for like, but not Shearer is like for like, but
right.
Similar in terms of big man, not too mobile.
Right, but Zlatan also plays
like what he likes.
Yeah, I guess Zlatan also plays almost like a playmaker. Sometimes drops deep a lot. So I guess that's something that they want to capitalize on. Let me see. At Barca Bayern game, I'm actually looking forward to it. I haven't seen Bayern play this season, but I don't think the team has changed that much.
I watched Bayern play the first week of the season where they didn't look too hot. They seem to have picked up themselves since then. I was Barcelona play as well. They didn't look too good either.
What do you think?
In a draw 2 weeks ago.
You think you're gonna see a repeat of the 8-2?
Nah, I don't think so, man. I think although there are not too many different players in Barcelona roster, I think the coach will be a little more pragmatic in his approach. Yeah. What's the status of Coutinho, former Liverpool man? He's back in the fold or he's still injured?
I am not sure. I think I saw him back in training.
I haven't seen that man in a while.
Yeah. Let's see. There was one more I was looking at, I mean, we traveled to Switzerland to play young boys. They haven't started too hot. Hopefully we can capitalize on that.
Yeah, that's what you call a dead rubber game.
Let's hope.
Go over there, score 6.
Let's hope. Let's hope because last year. Let's leave last year. The final was a dead rubber. It was supposed to be a dead rubber game too. and
well, I don't know about that. The game only Man United played a game from Turkey was supposed to get.
That is true. That is true.
And they lost that one. Against Emery was a little more tricky. Yeah. But it's good to be in Champions League. That's the goal.
That's the goal, That's the goal. And the goal is to stay in the Champions League.
Test yourself again. The goal is to stay in the Champions League, not get a second chance by dropping down into the lower competition and messing up and blocking teams from getting a chance to join the Champions League.
Getting their fair chance.
Yes. My position, a team, if you don't make the top three group, you should go home. Instead of dropping into Europa League there, if Manchester United had beat Villarreal, I feel like it would have been a shock. And you guys also beat a few teams on your way to the final, like Roma. Certain teams entered into the Europa League with hopes of getting to the final and getting a chance to get into the Champions League. Manchester United was already there. You know what I mean? So the chart, you lose to Turkey, you lose to Leipzig, beatable teams.
Teams we beat.
Second chances.
That's the problem. Teams we beat. And we should have beat them again.
Safety net.
But anyways. Yeah. A game I'm actually looking forward to, like watching a bit of Sporting Lisbon and Ajax. Sporting Lisbon and Ajax. Because I feel like I watched a couple of the games last year, Sporting, and the coach put together a very good team off the back of losing Bruno.
Yeah.
And they have a couple young Portuguese players coming through, and they're looking good.
Yep.
And I know Ajax have a good team, so that's like one of the games I'm looking at.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to seeing any PSG games to see Messi in action. So far he hasn't had a start.
Right. But he was on international duty, and I think there were rules against him playing I think he had to quarantine for a bit. So
I think the Champions League this week might be too soon for him too.
Yeah, but they play Club Brugge. They travel to Belgium.
Yeah, it's an easy
on
win.
Wednesday. That should be for them. But then we have Man City at home. To Leipzig.
That's a good game. That has the potential to be an upset.
Right.
Leipzig also lost their coach. Their best player.
And right.
One of their best players to Bayern Munich.
No.
But those red two players,
of the best players, Upamecano and
But this Red Bull team is very good at recruiting. They find a way to replace players. That will ultimately leave it to Bayern, but it should be a good game.
That's a sad statement to be in. To know that you have a good player and then your best player is going to go to the best team in the league.
Yeah, that's the Bundesliga for you.
Yep. Let's see if we can get to some comments now. I mean, let's see. Lake asked me if I still feel the same about Burnley. The game was a good game. Now today, I was saying that I feel like Burnley it's time. I feel like Burnley has run their course in the Premier League. Now, my reasons for saying that is they've played the same style of football in terms of being physical, being hard to beat, and with the same core of players, right? Now, the recruitment is limited because they have a limited budget. And I feel like Sean Dyche has done a great job to stay in the league for as long as he has, right? But I feel the league is progressing to where all of the other bottom teams or all of the other new teams are playing better football. Even with their limited resources, even with their limited recruitment, right? I feel like those teams represent the Premier League better than Burnley. But that's just my opinion. What you say to that?
Yeah, but I mean, you can hear me?
Yeah.
I feel like Burnley doing the best with what they have. And their resources also very limited. So they cannot just go out and buy players. So I think Sean Dyche and his style is one of the few solutions they can use to stay in the Premier League. It's just very, I don't mind it, except when Liverpool playing against them. Other than that, it's fine.
I don't know, man. I just feel like I understand the limited resources. I understand, but I feel like something have to. I like to see teams play good football. That's just me personally. I like to see teams play good football.
Well, Carol, I will
Hold on, you're cutting out.
Say some of the top teams with the teams have gone years without playing good football,
Like,
you have a Manchester United between 2012 and 2020, of recent. Have like, remember that game? Was it versus Burnley where you guys break the record for crosses in a game?
Yes.
Under Louis van Gaal. Just
yes.
crossing the ball. That's not necessarily good football,
No, I understand that.
I understand. So I give Burnley a pass here because some teams with much more resources than them. It's doing the same thing, Like, look at Arsenal right now. That's the football that could hardly be described as
good football.
Good football. You don't know what the style is. I mean, even Manchester United, they play Newcastle at home, and so you won. What the beauty? Was it beauty? Was there beautiful passages of play? Was it a dominating performance? Beautiful football? You know what I mean?
You want me to answer the question now?
Yeah, I mean, if you so desire.
I don't quite think we played as well as we could. And I've always said in the past few years, I don't see us playing with any set style. Like, we don't have a particular way of playing football, right? Which Burnley does.
The Lingard goal was a nice sequence of play.
Yeah, Yeah, but then by that time the game was already done.
Yeah.
You know, Newcastle already knew they lost the game and there was nothing to really, like there was no bite in it. You know?
Yeah, but I feel like you don't really have any midfielders that really enjoy like the passing, the short passing
side of it, except
Bruno likes to try. Yeah, don't even know. That's another story. Let's talk about that man. That forgotten man. Yeah. I don't know what that man do to Ole.
I don't know, man.
I don't know what that man do to Ole. I don't know what Ole said to that man to convince him to stay at the club over the summer. But it's one thing if you cannot start. But in a game where you up 4-1, you're up 3-1, at least you should be able to get a 15 minutes, get your legs.
Well, he got 10. He got 10. He came in the 80 something minute.
The game was already done.
Yeah. You know, it's just that I don't even know what to say now, to be very honest. I don't know why he not started. I don't know why he cannot play.
If I was a betting person, I would bet that we're not going to see him starting the Champions League either. Manchester United playing young boys?
Boys, yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to see. We're going to see your Freds and your McToms.
Yeah. Anyways. Fellas, whoever's listening, you can call in, you know. The meeting ID is right here. You know, if you want to have your say on the topics that we've discussed, if you have something that you want to bring up, call in. We'll let you in.
Yeah.
You know, we'll listen to what you have to say.
Any other comments in there?
Shane, I guess Shane was commenting on what we were talking about good football. He said, Wenger always had a pretty football. That's true.
Yeah, Arsenal have a nice style of football, but yeah, towards the end.
Not towards the end of Wenger in.
But I feel like Arsenal's style needed really good players. At least in midfield. Technically good players. When the recruitment fall apart, the style fall apart.
I can remember when they had Rosicki, Kleb. You know, they wouldn't win it, they wouldn't necessarily win the title.
Yeah, you had small players like Santi Cazorla in midfield, dominating midfield.
Right.
He was tough tackling, he wasn't big, he wasn't strong, but he was a very good player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so when you have those type of guys, you can play a good style.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
What? You know, Arteta will sort it out over there, man.
I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah, Arteta will sort it out, man.
So, who you say winning the Sackers? Everybody at the start of the season, we spoke about the Sackers. Who you say winning the Sackers?
Boy, let's see now. I think I said Patrick Vieira, you know.
Okay. I said Steve Bruce. I stick into that.
Yeah. I mean, Vieira, they Palace beat Spurs, but I don't know. The previous 3 games they played, I didn't see anything to suggest that they will do well this season, but you never know.
Yeah, we shall see. They might start playing well all of a sudden.
Yeah. I mean, I know only not to be happy yet. You know, you get a couple wins here and Ronaldo come, but
no.
You guys have had a nice run to start the season, but you have a tricky October, November.
Yeah, we have
That's
a couple.
where we're gonna see.
Yeah.
Who's who and what's what.
Yeah, we have a couple of tricky fixtures coming up, man.
Yeah.
So we're coming up on the last 10 minutes. We're not going to discuss Europa League. Or should we?
What about the Conference League?
Oh man.
We have representation there.
I don't think I know any one Spurs fan.
I know a few Spurs fans.
I know one. I know of one.
I know they didn't want to be in the Conference League.
That is also true.
Yeah.
So as we come to our last 10 minutes, I say let's get our predictions in, man, for the Premier League next weekend. And then we wrap it up for tonight. So first game on the docket. Newcastle versus Leeds.
Who's Newcastle at home?
Newcastle home. Leeds away.
Leeds will win that game.
Mm-hmm. That's
2-1.
I think Leeds going to put up a score on them. I'd say at least 3 goals.
I don't know. The problem is I feel like Leeds push up a lot and they leave a lot of space in behind, and Newcastle have players that can exploit that. I don't know. But Leeds doesn't change their style for anybody, so
exactly.
Yeah. But I say 2-1.
I say 3-1. Next is Wolves Brentford. Wolves home.
Wolves will win that game as well. 2-0.
Say one
playing
one
well,
nil.
the results.
Yeah.
The results just wasn't coming, but
they just not putting the ball in the net.
they should have won against Manchester United.
Well, that's in the past. That's in the past.
Yeah.
Why you like to live in the past, man? I say 3-0 to Wolves. I think Raul Jimenez is going to score. He has come close in the past 3 games.
Brentford also hasn't been conceding a lot of goals, though.
That is also true. And I'm revising that now. I'll keep it so. Next is Burnley versus Arsenal.
Burnley are home to
Yeah.
Boy, Arsenal fans not gonna like this, but Burnley gonna win that game. Ben White gonna have a baptism of fire over there.
What are you saying?
Yeah. Burnley 2-0.
That's my prediction as well. I literally just write it down there. 2-0.
Yeah.
I think if Burnley plays with the same kind of verve and vigor that they played today, they will beat Arsenal.
Burnley gonna test those centre backs. They're gonna put the body box for Chris Wood.
Yeah, man.
And it's gonna be shaky.
Yep.
But you know that fullback Arsenal have the Tomiyasu is also very good at playing aerial balls. You know, he's a fullback, but he's 6'2". Let's see if he can help on that front.
All right, we shall see. I think he can also play centre back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we shall see.
But Burnley will take that one, in my opinion.
Your Liverpool versus Crystal Palace.
Liverpool. Last year, that game we won by 7 or 6 goals, and from there we went straight down. Our season fall apart after that game. We lose like 6 games at Anfield.
So you say...
Well, I mean, at home, the fans back in the stadium against Palace at Anfield will win. I'll say 3-1. I don't think we'll concede, but I'll give it 3-1.
I say 4-0 to Liverpool.
That's where your vote of confidence.
I think Liverpool going to overrun Palace in the midfield in particular.
Yeah.
I don't think
they have enough up front to trouble us, especially in line of pace.
Yeah.
With Gilles and Matip being back and solid. And
then Zaha, and I don't know if Edward will start. I think Edward will start. But then,
yeah,
that's
really, man.
Yeah, so that's that. Man City versus Southampton.
City at the Etihad 4-0.
Yes, sir. Say again.
4-0.
I say 3-0. Let's see what's next. Norwich versus Watford. I call in that game a draw.
Watford 2-1.
I say 2-2. I see that game being a tie. Aston Villa versus Everton. It should be a good game. It should be a good
2-2.
game. It should be a good football game. 2-2.
Yeah. A Watkins brace.
Not Danny Ings.
Hopefully.
no, I mean, Watkins in the squad, man.
I go into.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Villa going to beat Everton. I'd say 2-1.
I don't know, man. Everton a little bit resolute now on the rough.
The stingy. I think they might be going into that game a little overconfident, and Villa going to want to.
I think Rafa might manage that, man.
Yeah, we'll see.
After today, Townsend said after the game, Rafa walk onto the pitch and talk to him and tell him about
what he was doing wrong.
He did wrong in the game instead of saying good job. So
yeah,
that's Rafa for you.
Right. All right. So then we have a Brighton versus Leicester, 9 a.m. on Sunday morning.
Brighton, Leicester. That's a tough one. Leicester will win though. 2-1. 2-1 Leicester.
I say 3-1. 3-1. I call that. Man United, West Ham. Well, West Ham, Man United. West Ham is home.
Well, my prediction for that game was Man United's first loss until Antonio got a red card. So now I think it's gonna be a draw. Depending on who comes in for Antonio, I don't know who. Maybe that new signing they have from Russia.
Backlick? No, not Backlick. Backlick is the goalkeeper.
Remember his name. They signed a guy for like 50 million from Russia.
Yeah.
But I say 2-2 that game.
2-2.
Mm-hmm.
You notice? I'll go back. I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that.
Yeah. I know what you're gonna say. 2-2.
3-1 Man United. 3-1 Man United. We beat West Ham regularly. And then we have Tottenham versus Chelsea.
Ooh, big game.
Yeah, man.
Chelsea will win that game. 3-1.
3-1. I say 2-0 Chelsea. And then do we have any Monday fixtures? No. How many fixtures is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
What was the first one? The first one, it was which fixture?
Newcastle Leeds.
That's on Friday, right?
That's on Friday, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So we have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday one game.
So this week we have football Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for the Arsenal. Well, Arsenal in Europe this year.
You'll start trolling,
sorry,
man,
guys. Yeah, so it's West Ham and Leicester in the Europa League, right?
West Ham and Leicester.
Yeah.
All the more reason why I think we're going to beat West Ham.
Football this week, Tuesday, Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, there's games every day this week.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a week of football.
So it should be.
Gotta love it. All right.
Yes, sir.
Let's see what we're looking at here now. I just checking the comments, making sure we didn't miss anybody, you know.
Yeah.
Who's that? FNF fan. He said, yo, those goals Everton scored today were all high quality. Even Burnley goals. 1,000 left footer. Goal of the week. Townsend's left footer. Goal of the week. I think I have to agree with that, you know. I don't think I saw a better goal this weekend than that. I mean,
yeah.
Bruno had a screamer too, but I think Townsend was the better. Townsend was better. But yeah, anything else to add, Brad? I think that's it for me, you know.
Nah, I just want on the subject of Townsend, I just want to say, like, this man was playing for Palace, and I feel like top 6 or top 8 teams in the Premier League tend to look down on Premier League players in lower teams. They prefer go and get somebody exotic from Europe that's scoring goals in some other obscure league and take a chance on. Like a Townsend could do a job in any of these top 10 teams. But teams not really looking at him.
But then I feel like the type of football that Palace was playing affects that too. Yeah. Because of the way he plays in that team.
But if you're a scout and you're doing scouting, you look at more than you have to look at deeper than the teams. Like when Liverpool was looking for a left back, Robertson get relegated with Hull, but the scouts look at, they see the qualities that in him that they wanted on the left back at Liverpool. And so
Fair enough.
Some teams just need to take a chance on a Premier League and play well. Townsend been in forever. He's doing well. So. And
I didn't realize, I thought he was over 30. I think he's only 30 now.
He's 30, yeah. I thought he was over. Yeah. I thought he was 34, 35.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have done a job for some teams instead of spending 70 million on players, but it's a conversation for another day.
You're not talking about us, you're talking about Arsenal, right? You just want to be sure.
I'm not talking about anybody in particular.
Oh, okay. Making sure,
He could just do a job instead of.
So you just throw us you throw us to and on whoever it fall.
Yeah. Well, whoever you shoe fit.
Fair enough.
One size fits all,
Fair enough. We also had who impressed me, Damari Gray.
Yeah, he's good so far.
Yeah, he made a move to Germany to get some playing time and came back. And I think he's probably going to be like a very good signing for Rafa.
Yeah.
Look, he know where the goal is and he can create. But
yeah, piss.
Mm-hmm. So
we'll sort him, man.
Yeah. So you know what we're gonna do? I think for next week, Dwayne will be back. So we'll get Dwayne predictions on his side and then we'll add them in and we'll try and work on something there. But thank you all for joining Facebook, YouTube, everywhere we live,
Yes,
thank you all for joining. Thank you for listening. I look forward to a great week of some football. And as Dwayne says, it's not all about football. We have a couple ideas, a couple of things we're looking at. So, and we have some new merch on the Talk the Ting website. We'll post the link in the description of the video. We'll post the link on the Facebook page. Check out the merch. This right here features very, very well. So we'll call it a night. Thanks for listening, guys.
Yes,
Big up.